When a minor tells you they are underage, you need to stop your advances immediately. I work in a coffee shop with a mix of minors and 20-something-year-olds. I was working with 3 minors today when I noticed a 30-40-year-old man is talking with one of the kiddos for a little too long. Getting all up in the window, making her clearly uncomfortable. She leaves and walks to the back, then comes to me out of his view and tells me what he had said. He said, "You are so pretty blah blah blah," and she says, "Thanks, but I'm a minor." He continues his advances, gets closer, and says, "Well, when do you turn 18? She was super uncomfortable with this and wanted to get the point across that she was underage and said not for a very long time. He continues prodding at her, asking, "Well, what month? Why won't you just tell me when?" And then asks for her shoe size. He said, "Well, tell me your shoe size so I can bring you a gift," and is super creepy and uncomfortable about it. She charges him out and walks away uncomfortably. Going into protective mode over these kids, I walk over and tell him respectfully but sternly, "I'm gonna have to ask you to stop talking to minors in a way that's making them uncomfortable. It's inappropriate because she's a kid." With a smirk and a cold look in his eyes, he says, "Let me ask you this, what part of what I said was unlawful? Huh? Can you tell me what part of what I said is against the law?" I started getting more stern and told him that I never said what he said was against the law, but that she clearly stated that she was a minor. Yet, you kept poking and prodding at her, asking her for personal information, and yet you continue your advances on a child. He goes, "You know what country we're in? America. And I can say whatever I want because I'm not breaking the law." Buddy, I never said you were breaking the law. I told you to stop making unwanted advances on a fucking child, or else you can leave. I told him that he was on private property, and I could call the cops and get him trespassed immediately if he wanted to continue. Then he started arguing that no, this isn't private property. Where I'm standing is public, and I can do whatever I want. I told him he obviously doesn't know the law if he thinks this is public property because I have the right to remove you from this business for any reason. He goes back and forth with me about knowing the law better than me and that he can say whatever he wants to her, and it doesn't matter that she's a minor. I defend the fuck out of these kids, and the a-hole still won't back down. The hill he wants to die on is that he believes can make inappropriate advances on a minor and that there is nothing I can do about it because I can't call the cops to get him to leave public property. He asks for my name and gives him a fake butt name, and asks for the manager. Boy, you're talking to the manager on duty right now. I feel so bad for the young girl who has had to deal with this on more than one occasion. And it terrifies me that men like this exist, ones who think they can make unwanted advances on literal children and that nothing can stop them. Underage doesn't stop them. No doesn't stop them. They will continue to be aggressive and will defend this behavior with their whole being. They think they're invincible and it makes me sick to my stomach.